Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils Health Matters. Caleb, do you mind stopping the dishwasher for a minute? This is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils Health Matters and Living the Wholesome Life, and we are on week 20, day 3 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. And it is Wednesday today, and so the affirmation for the entire week is I am excited about new veggies or new vegetables. And I've been doing so much study this week on vegetables, and I'll be putting some of that into our comments below, some of the study that I've been doing. But I've just been studying about celery and how amazingly good it is for our bodies. Like, some people think that celery just really doesn't have any nutritional value, and it does so much for our body medicinally. And studying about cucumbers, and the incredible benefits of cucumbers too. So sometimes it's hard to get veggies into our diet, right? We have to be super intentional. They take a little work. They take peeling, cutting, buying from the store, right? And so if you don't have, if you find that you don't have time for work or cutting that, definitely get your children involved. In our family, we have each of the children cook on their day of the week. And today it was Clancy's day to cook. So today I say, Clancy, hey, this morning, go ahead and wash and cut some celery and and peel and slice some cucumbers so that we can be snacking on it throughout the day. So definitely get your children involved. If they're helping to prepare the vegetables, they'll probably be much more likely to eat them. Okay, so that's the affirmation for the week. I'm excited about new vegetables. And celery and cucumber aren't new vegetables for us, but they are important vegetables for our health. Super important. Okay, so the affirmation for the day is I am able to be happy with new foods. I'm just going to repeat that. I am able to be happy with new foods. And as I'm searching benefits of eating new foods, right, there are so many clips on how to help picky eaters eat new foods. So I'm just going to, one of the reasons why you want to eat new foods is because it adds a little bit of excitement to your right. Sometimes we can get in a rut in what we're eating, and just adding a little something different to your diet kind of wakes up your mind and wakes up your spirit too. So definitely get to try new foods, definitely get to try new recipes, try new restaurants with your husband or your wife, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Anyway, it's nice to go and do something new. And actually with relationships, what they found is when you do something new, it adds excitement. And did you know that just the feeling of excitement can mimic the feeling of love? So when couples do something exciting together, it makes them think, oh, you know what, I'm really in love, which I love. I'm a psych major, a psychology major, and so I definitely love following what makes marriages stronger. Anyway, and that's one of the things, doing new things together and try new food, right? Anyway, so the affirmation for today is I'm able to be happy with new foods. Now, one of my favorite moms in my circle, she did something that I thought was so smart that I've told myself over and over again that I might want to do with my children, and I haven't yet, but maybe I'll try. Anyway, what she did is when she introduced a new food, she would put a dollar bill, or a new recipe, she would put a dollar bill by each of her children's plates. Now my son is like looking at me like, Mom, I hope you do this. Anyway, she would put a dollar bill by each of the children's plates, and if they ate the food, then they got the dollar bill. Okay, so if you have it in your budget to incentivize your children, we're not going to call it bribing, right? Bribing is when you incentivize someone to do something bad. right? So let's get the correct definition of bribing. Is incentivizing a person to do something bad is bribing, but rewarding, like people reward us all the time. We are rewarded for working by getting a paycheck, right? And God rewards us too. Like we are rewarded for being righteous because we are happy. Righteousness leads to happiness. So we do get rewards. And so why not reward our children? Anyway, Caleb, if you want to remind me that next time we try a new recipe, maybe I can do it. Caleb is my amazing helper who helps me do these videos. Anyway, okay, so trying new foods. That's something that we definitely all want to do. There's so many benefits for our brain, for our relationships, for our nutrition when we can eat a wide variety of foods. And I know that 9 children, right? We have 9 children, 7 boys, 2 girls, and I know that children can be incredibly picky eaters. And maybe if I would have tried that dollar bill trick earlier, that my children wouldn't be such picky eaters. But knowing that, let's work with it. One of the as I'm watching through some of these how to get picky eaters to eat videos, they said, you know what, parents, if you don't put the food in front of your children, there's 100% chance that they will not eat it. They will not eat whatever you don't put in front of them. Anyway, so I thought that was super cool. Now, as we're, well, not super cool that they won't eat it, but just super cool that let's just keep putting it in front of our children. And they say that sometimes it takes like between 12 and 18 times for your taste buds to develop a liking to a new food. So even if we as adults don't like new foods, hey, you know what, they might be really good. Just give it another shot, or maybe another 18 shots at trying the new food that's supposed to be good for you. Okay, as we are thinking that, and concentrating this week on eating more vegetables, right? I was watching a video, a TED Talk actually, that was called Why I Became a Weekday Vegetarian. So studies show that people who are vegetarian have healthier lives. They tend to live longer. They tend to suffer less from cardiovascular disease and diabetes and a whole plethora of other diseases, right? And so being vegetarian keeps us healthy. Well, I've definitely gone through some vegetarian stages in my life, but I'm not vegetarian right now. If you are, great for you. But I just wanted to toss out this concept that I thought was amazing when it came to eating new veggies and eating healthier, which is something that we all want to do, right? We all want to live longer, to be there for our friends, our family, our children, and to do more things and contribute more to this world. So, being vegetarian can help, but I love the idea of being a weekday vegetarian. What that meant is, this guy explained it, and I'll put his talk in our comments. What that meant was that basically Monday through Friday, he didn't eat meat, like no meat at all, right? And then on weekends, he could decide whether he wanted to eat meat or not. Sometimes it's really, really hard to give up something. And I'm not saying that meat doesn't have any nutritional value to us or benefit. It probably does. I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist expert. But anyway, sometimes it's hard to give up what we want. Sometimes it's hard to give up the hamburgers, hard to give up the hot dogs. It's not really hard for me to give up the hot dogs. But there's certain things that might be hard for us to give up. And if that's the case with you, why don't we try cutting back? Maybe at first, maybe we want to be weekday vegetarians and then we'll just have meats if we want on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe that's too much for us. Maybe we want to just be weekend vegetarians, right? We're just going to go from eating meat 7 days a week to eating meat 5 days a week. Okay, so you can definitely step up. You can start with being a weekend vegetarian. You can start with being a weekday vegetarian. You can be a complete vegetarian if that's what you think is the healthiest. And I'm not here to tell anyone it was the healthiest. I'm just throwing out ideas. But it is shown, studies do show, that if you are more vegetarian, if you eat less meat, you have a significantly longer life, and significantly less health issues. Okay, so that said, as I was thinking about that for eating more veggies, of course my mind went to, well, what about doing that with sugar and candy treats? Like our children, like we try not to buy it for our house. We kind of buy it on special occasions, and it seems like Christmas, Thanksgiving, holidays, or maybe family home evening treat is something that we might indulge in that. But our children get it everywhere. They get it at friends' houses. Maybe they get it at school. Maybe they get it as little treats for church or treats for scouts or their other club activities. So what if instead of going off all cake and all sugar products, because we all know that sugar isn't good for us, right? But it's super hard for some people to give up. So maybe instead of giving up that completely, maybe we could just be weekday abstainers from sugary treats. And then if we want to, we could have something on the weekend. And I would say, probably no more than one a day. Sugar is not good for your mind. It's so not good for your emotions. Totally your emotional states. Anyway, even though it does make you feel good when you first eat sugar, really, you do become more emotional. Just if you don't believe me, do your studies on sugar. Okay, so we've talked about eating new foods and the benefits. We've talked about how to incorporate veggies more into our life. Maybe become weekend vegetarians, right? And we've talked about, hey, let's give up some of that sugary stuff that we aren't good at. Maybe just say, let's Monday through Friday we aren't in any sugary treats. Maybe on Saturday or Sunday I will have wine. But no more than one a day. Anyway, I'm not telling you how to eat. You have the power to decide how you eat. I'm just telling you some ways that you might be able to make your life more healthy. Okay, that we always pair a song with our affirmation for the week. Oh, I think I forgot to tell you that in all of these daily and weekly affirmations, and for most of the songs, sometimes I pick a different song, and for all of the diffuser blends, we are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar. Now you can buy that book at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. Okay, so the song that we're pairing for this week is Shower the People You Love with Love. And to me, that means shower them with good food and maybe stop bringing into your house foods that are not so good. Showering us with more veggies. And showering us too we talked about water yesterday, the importance of drinking water. Make sure that when you're nurturing yourself and your family with food, you're nurturing yourself, your children, and your family and yourself with water. Yesterday, or the day before, I can't remember which, I got up and gave my just completely out of the blue, gave my husband a glass of water, and he's like, "What's this for?" And I'm like, I know you've been trying to drink more water. So, can we do little things like that for ourselves, for our children, for our spouses? Yes. And what does it make them feel? It makes them feel nurtured. It makes them feel loved. So let's make sure that we are showering the people we love with love, that we are putting family and relationships first. Okay, that said, we are going to go into our diffuser blend part of today. We are diffusing 2 drops rosemary, 2 drops fennel, essential oils all, and 2 drops of lemon. So rosemary is the oil of knowledge and transition, and fennel is the oil of responsibility, and lemon is the oil of focus. And yesterday we focused on the emotional benefits of rosemary. Tomorrow we'll be focusing yet again, we've done so many shout outs on lemon, but we're going to be focusing yet again on the emotional benefits of lemon. And then Friday we will go into the physical benefits of each of those 3 oils. But let's dive into fennel. So fennel is actually one of my favorite oils. It smells like black licorice. And my mom's favorite color of jelly beans was black because it reminds her of black licorice. Okay, it smells so good. Okay, I know that there's some people out there that don't like the smell of black licorice. Oh my, I love it, love it, love it. This is doTERRA's Fennel Essential Oil. You can definitely put it in your recipes. A lot of people like to put it into Italian cooking. You'll know, it's super easy to know if a doTERRA essential oil is ingestible, if you can use it in your water or use it in your cooking, whatever. It's because it will have a supplements fact on it, okay? Like the one you find on your cereal box. And so it will make it, that just makes it super easy to say, hey, can I take this internally or not? Now, you can also put fennel in your water. Fennel essential oil is so good for your digestion. And we know that whatever an essential oil does physically, it also does emotionally. So if you have a lot of stuff, I'm hitting you right now. If life is just hitting you with a ton of stuff, maybe you're in college or school right now, and you're just kind of being bombarded with all the things that you need to learn. Essential oil can help us digest all of that and internalize what we need to internalize and kick out what we don't need to keep. Okay, fennel has an affinity for the liver. And now we know in Chinese medicine, the liver is where they say that we store anger. So it's super good at helping to cleanse out anger. It's very good. It's helpful for those when we're feeling overwhelmed by our responsibilities and our workload. It helps those with little or no desire to improve their situation. Don't you feel so sorry for people like that? People that you just know are going through hard times. Maybe someone has been underemployed for years, right? And it's taxing on the family because they don't have enough money to do what they really need to do. And it's taxing on the individual because they don't feel good about themselves because they know that they could do more, not like work more hours, but that they're not using themselves to their best, with their best efforts, right? And so they're taking an underemployed situation. Maybe that's all that they can find at the time, and they're tired, and they're worn out, and they're discouraged, and they just don't want to improve their situation. When we on the outside know, hey, just start applying for these jobs. Maybe you'll get one of these other jobs that will, because your skills and your education would make you perfect for this other job that would make you so much more money and be able to benefit your family. But they're just overwhelmed. And so they become apathetic, and they don't want to improve their situation. It's a sad thing, but there is hope. And fennel is something that can, again, kind of help us digest through all those things of life and see, you know what, I'm ready to go on. I'm ready to up level whatever it is I need to up level. Fennel can help reignite the passion for life. I love this part about fennel. Okay, it encourages people to take full responsibility and ownership for their choices. As a mom with children and with teenagers, wouldn't that be great? Like, wouldn't that be great? And even myself, right? Sometimes I'm like, do I want to own that problem and that issue and my part in contributing to that problem and issue? Sometimes people don't. Sometimes they just want to shut down. Sometimes it's too painful to face what we've done. But you know what? We can't learn from things if we don't face how our actions have contributed to where we are. We can't learn from things, nor can we change. If we are always assigning blame and responsibility to other people in our lives, we get this huge victim mentality. And I feel that if we're a victim, that means, oh, you know what, we can't do anything. So we just stay in the horribleness of whatever situation it is, right? Does that do anyone any good? No, it doesn't. But when you take ownership and responsibility for our choices, when we look deep into how our actions are contributing to different things, maybe different relationship problems, maybe different work issues, maybe whatever, our actions contribute to so much in life. As we look at that, then we take our power back. I want to take my power back. I want to be responsible. I want to own my choices. I want to learn from them. And I want all of us to take our power back, to be responsible for our lives, to own our choices, to own our decisions, so that we can learn, so we can improve. So we're not victims anymore. We are powerful. Okay, so that's what Fennel can help us do. Help us take back our ownership. One thing I love about Fennel too is that it curbs cravings for experiences that dull the senses. Curbs cravings for experiences that dull the senses. So, people check out from life in a lot of different ways. They might do drugs. They might do alcohol. They might smoke. They might view pornography, right? Anything that can be addicting dulls the senses. So, if we're using those type of things, you're not stuck continually using those type of things the rest of your life. We're not stuck in that. We're not victims. We are powerful. And if we're addicted to cigarette smoking, we can give it up. Black pepper, besides fennel, can also help. If we're addicted to alcohol, we can give it up. Fennel can help. If we are addicted to drugs, either illegal drugs or legal drugs, fennel can help. And if we're addicted to pornography, right? And they say that pornography is one of the most hard to break addictions, because it's not like something that you have to go out and buy. It's something that you can actually just bring up in your mind anytime you want. But that said, you can free yourself from pornography. And fennel can help. Frankincense is another one that's super good for helping with breaking pornography addiction. Okay, so I love that not only can it help curb cravings for experiences that dull the senses, but that it can support our body in hearing our signals for hunger and thirst, for satiation, which means for feeling full, like recognizing when you're full so you don't overeat, and for exhaustion, right? When we're hungry, we need to eat. When we're thirsty, we need to drink. When we are full, we need to stop eating. And when we are exhausted, we need to sleep. We should not ignore our body's signals, although it's super easy to do. We can easily say, oh, I'll do that later. I'll do that later, right? I'm hungry, I'll eat later. I'm thirsty, I'll eat later. I'm full, I'll keep eating. Let me ignore that signal because this is so good. And I'm exhausted, I will sleep later. But that doesn't serve our body. It doesn't serve our body. So as we listen to our body's signals more, we can have a healthier and happier body. And fennel can help us hear those signals. Okay, it is helpful with stimulating our mind to be creative. It is helpful for individuals who tend to overthink and overanalyze and are afraid of making decisions. And it can boost our confidence to help us get started on projects that we have been putting off. So, fennel, it's so amazing. Caleb, give me my book super quick. It should be on the chair, the emotions book. Fennel, it's super amazing. Really quick, I want to, thank you, read you some of the negative things it can help with. So, lack of desire, unwilling. Okay, and I'm reading from right now. I'm reading from Essential Emotions, your guide to process, release, and live free. It's one of my it is my definitely favorite book on how to use essential oils emotionally. So, the negative emotions it can help with is lack of desire, unwilling to take responsibility, feeling shameful or shaming others, right? Blaming our stuff on other people, having a weak sense of self, and being numb to body signals. And the positive properties they can help bring in is being responsible, taking responsibility, being in tune with our body, and feeling satiated. So that's everything that I wanted to tell you about fennel. If you have used fennel for either emotionally or physically, go ahead. How you've used it in the comments, we would love to hear. And just reminding you that our diffuser blend for the week is 2 drops of rosemary, the oil of knowledge and transition, 2 drops of fennel, the oil of responsibility, and now you know why it's named that, and 2 drops of lemon, the oil of focus. The song that we are doing for the whole week is Shower the Boy Love with Love. And the affirmation for today is, I am able to be happy with new foods. And the affirmation for the week is, I am very excited about new vegetables. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils Health Matters. Leah Wholesome, like telling us all that I know that we can take our responsibility back, we can take our power back, and we have the power to make it a great day. Bye-bye.